Hello, how are you? So today we are going to look at the physical activity project, better known as the PAP. Okay, the guidelines only came out recently. They were released on Monday. It slightly changes every year. Be careful when you're looking up the guidelines on examinations, or if you're looking over past examples or so on. Make sure you look at the 2024 example. Okay, they've slightly changed. Okay, so we're going to get into the project now. So you can see that the Leaving Cert examination 2025 is on the paper. The physical activity project is worth 100 marks, which is 20% of the overall grade for Leaving Cert PE. This is the exact document that you will fill in that I am going through at the moment. You'll put in your exam number, your date of birth, and there's information here that I've summarised in a second that you can read. Okay, there it is about how much it's worth, 20%, different things regarding how much, what activities you can pick. You can't use a motorised sport, the digital booklet, information, there you lovely little date for you there, 13th of December. That is when it's due. I would recommend you get it done a week in advance so your teacher can look over it. And then it gives you guidelines about the type of font it should be and your margins and how you upload it and so on. I'm not going to go into that in much detail today. I'll definitely go through it again. I'm actually going to go into the actual project itself. Why does I keep copy and pasting? Has to be your own work, and you can read this. AI stuff has gone through it as well. The project structure, this is what I'd like you to look on. A is 700 words this year. It was 700 words last year. B is 450 and C is 450. So in total, it'll be 1600 word project. The bulk of your marks goes for the write-up. Everyone worries about videos and images. I'm not telling you not to worry about them, but the bulk of the marks goes for the write-up. The video is evidence that you did the write-up, that you did the project, that you tested yourself, that you did a program and that you reflected, okay? So the majority of the marks goes for the write-up. The video and the pictures are supplementary. The project after Christmas, huge emphasis on the video, okay? No write-up. This is all about the write-up. 1600 words, no more, no less, I'd recommend. If you went to like 1400 words, why couldn't this fella or this girl talk about this for another 200 words, okay? This is from the Department of Education. A, analyse performance in a chosen physical activity. Do loads of tests. B, present 3 clear rationalised performance goals. What are you trying to get better at? Relevant to what you did in section A. Separate training plan per goal and reflect on each of the performance goals. Rationale based on theoretical principles. Not I'm going to go to the gym 3 times because I want to get stronger. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times. I'm going to perform this type of program and this type of training and this bit of rest. And then we reflect on each of them. Section C is analyse your post-training practice in the chosen physical activity. Reflect on each of your training practice plans and then include suggestions for next steps. If you're doing it again, what would you do differently? Is marks going for overall coherence? Does the project flow? Okay, does it go easily from one section into the other? Okay, and there's other little bits and pieces given out to you about what you should be focusing on. We're going to go into this in detail now. That's the actual document that you'll fill in, that I'm flicking through now. Everybody in the country fills in the same project. Okay, try do it on a desktop. Okay, hope you were told that when you're doing the project write-up, it's easier for the formatting. Okay, let's have a look at the project in a little bit more detail. Okay, so as I said, it's 20%, 100 marks. I'm basing this that you have a little bit of knowledge of what the project is about. If there's something that you're unsure of, we will do some live stuff, or you can email me or Joyce at grinds360 if you want to have a question in particular. After completing chapters 1 to 3 in your book, some books are different, okay, but the topics 1 to 3 is what they're called by the department, so you should be following that in some way. You should have ability and knowledge and skills. You should know what you're talking about now with regards to biomechanics, training methods, principles of training, diet, nutrition, energy systems, sleep, recovery, structures and strategies, managers, leadership, and so on. You should have a really good knowledge of all that now. And if you do, this project should be easier for you. It lasts 10 weeks, September to December. We're in the middle of it now. It has officially started. And we need to be disciplined to stick to deadlines. I'd recommend 2 or 3 weeks for section A, 3 or 4 weeks maybe for section B because it's a little bit longer, 2 or 3 weeks for section C. Can you stick to that? And can you make your life easy at the end of November? Or will you be cramming it along with your economics project and an Irish oral in school and a French oral and something else for woodwork and metalwork and a home economics project? Or can you stick to your deadlines and make your life easier? It's easy to say that, but if we can, you'll thank me and you'll thank yourself for being disciplined. Some advice has to be different to performance assessment. If you're thinking, and what I mean by that is in a different activity area, okay? We cannot do football for the PAP and hurling for the PA. We cannot do gymnastics for the PAP and dance for the PA. We cannot do long distance running for the PAP and sprinting for the PA. They have to be completely different areas. So you can do hurling and you can do swimming. You can do gymnastics and you can do athletics. You can do dance and you can do badminton. They have to be completely different areas. Something that a lot of people ask is, where does boxing lie? You might be laughing going, I've never thought of that question. Where does boxing fit in? Boxing is its own category. So you could do boxing rugby, you could do boxing hurling, you could do boxing camogie. There, it is not considered a game. You cannot do golf hurling, golf rugby, golf football, golf camogie, golf hockey. Golf is considered a game. Boxing is not. Okay? Did I cover all that? Yeah. We're going to have to do a performance analysis and needs analysis. We're going to analyse our performance in that activity. I'm going to pick like 3 or 4 today and hopefully I can stick with them. So if I pick basketball, I'm going to check how good am I at basketball. And I'm going to do loads of tests on myself. I'm going to test my PRF, do you remember that? Performance related fitness, and my health related fitness. I'm going to test fab and power crabs. I'm not going through all of them now. I'm going to check my diet and nutrition. Is my diet and nutrition helping me perform at my best? I'm going to check my psychological readiness. Am I anxious before training? Am I really worried before games? Do I have negative self-talk? I'm going to check my biomechanical analysis. Is my elbow high enough? Am I following through on my free throw? I'm going to check, do I understand how to play defense? Do I understand how to play in offense? I'm going to check how do I get on as a captain in the team? Do I get on well with my managers? These are all the areas that we can check that we are told to for this project. There's loads of guidelines for this project, which is great. So you check where you rank, you compare yourself to other people. So I scored a level 9 in the beep test. Don't use the beep test, you know that already though. I ran 5 minutes in the Bronco, and other people who play Gaelic football in my position score 440. I need to improve my cardiorespiratory endurance. Is cardiorespiratory endurance important for rugby, for Gaelic, for hurling? Yes. So is it a good goal to pick? Yeah. If you picked if you pick cardiorespiratory endurance for a shot putter, you don't have a real understanding of a needs analysis for a shot putter. Cardiorespiratory endurance is not key component to be good at shot putting. If you don't pick something like power in that, I'd be wondering what's going on, okay, in a shot put. 3 performance goals, thank God they stuck to 3, they were originally 4. They're the different things you can pick. Evidence of training and practice is reflection is essential. So you show, I did the testing, here's me training, trying to get better, and here I am reflecting. Concluding an analysis, you don't have to improve. I bench press 80 kg, 1 rep max in September. I want to improve my muscular strength. Here's my program. Here's my retest. I now bench 75 kg. Have you failed the PAP? No. Your reflection on your program is what's important. I was injured. I overtrained. I didn't recover well. I didn't use progressive overload. Brilliant. This person understands principles of training. There's loads of marks for you. Thanks very much. It's linked to class content from chapters 1 to 3, topics 1 to 3, fab, power crabs, fit formula, how often are you training, what intensity, what type of training, and how long is it taking, and how long are your rests, and then your testings in there. It's a digital project. You don't write this up physically. It's digital. It's really strict on the format and so on. You can't get extra marks because you've got lovely pink margins, and someone else has lovely bold images, and it's everyone in the country will do very similar. You actually can use bold and italics and underlining, but you can't use like mental colours to make yours look fancier. Everyone uses the same font. Being a whiz kid on an internet isn't going to make you do any better, really. Okay, you have to have a basic understanding of downloading videos and PDF and so on, but you don't get extra marks because you've got a fancy light blue margin. Okay, if you get worse, doesn't matter. I'm going to calm down a bit. It's just, you know why, so the reflection is important. It can be done anything that has a national governing body. You can't do motorsports, you can't do anything that has an engine. It's individualised, it's you, it's not part of a team, and that's all about you, but you can do it as a performer, as a coach. You should save your material as you go in case you get injured. Don't say, I'll do all my recording in end of November there of my program. No, record as you go. Decide on what you're going to use. Are you using your phone? Are you using an iPad? Are you using a Surface Pro? Are you using Android? Are you going to use some of the nice little software that's available at your school? Might have purchased it. Huddle, Dartfish, OnForm is another one there. iMovie's perfect. iMovie is perfect. You can do a full project on iMovie. You need a tripod. You need a tripod to have a nice steady footage of you benching, doing a press up, pull ups, taking a shot, performing your activity nice and steady rather than some with just holding it. It can work. It's just better if you do a tripod. The more variety, the better. Don't just test HRF, PRF, and that's it. Not good enough. Bring in nutrition, psychological preparation, and safe practice. When you're testing, clips on the bar, spotter. A lot of people just don't do psychological preparation. I found, I don't want to go down that area. Do a SCAT test, check your anxiety levels, put in a plan to get better, show the plan, redo a SCAT test. It improved or disimproved, but it did or it didn't because of this plan. That's after falling off the slide there. Biomechanical analysis is difficult. Analysing my basketball shot from a biomechanical perspective, already you might be like, oh, leave me alone, will you? No, I won't. You just start talking about planes and axes and the angle of release, and if I can optimise the angle of release, I have a better chance of making the shot. I'm going to work on it for 6 weeks. Thank you for the marks, okay? The project is PDF, 1,600 words, 28 pages. Nobody will have 40 pages. You'll have 28 pages because that's the max you can have because of the word count. Arial font size 12. Images where they tell you to put them. They tell you to label them. Figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. You're not allowed to picture collage. Okay? So you can't have you're like, oh, I've got 20 images. I'm getting these into the project. I'll put 4 into one section. You can't. No picture collages. Except if you were showing yourself driving the golf ball and showing Rory McIlroy. So both of you at the exact same time in the backswing, you're allowed a split screen. That's not a picture collage. So you are allowed to do that, okay? 16 images in total. I recommend 4 images for A, 8 images for B, and 4 images for C. References and bibliography at the end. You must reference all of your work. So that could be a textbook, that could be something you read online, a podcast you listen to on like how to do some trend trading, how to get fitter, how to get better at shooting. Something, reference them. I recommend 15 to 20 references. Okay, so that could be textbooks, journals, online reading, a newspaper article on Roy McIlroy says this to get better for putting. So he's using this technique. All brilliant. The more the better, in my opinion. Videos, MP4, can't be more than 4 minutes. 1 minute video of A showing you doing all the tests. 2 minute video showing you training to get better at 3 performance goals. And 1 minute video retest at the end. You can't alter the speed. You can't do a slow-mo if you're hitting the ball. Voiceover is necessary. Here I am doing a bench press. Here I am doing a muscular endurance test. Here I am doing a CMJ test for power. Here I am doing a wall ball test for coordination. So subtitles are permitted, but no slides text. So you can say 1 rep max. You can say muscular endurance. You can say press up test. You can't say here I am doing it because people are trying to do that to get away with the word count. Word count is tough to stick to the 1600s. So people are trying to get away with it by putting words into their videos. They stopped you doing that. No background music, so don't have Tiesto on in the background when you're in the gym. That's only for gymnastics or dance and rhythmic gymnastics and dance where you were required to have music. So what are you going to do? If you haven't already done this, this is what you're going to do tomorrow. After you've chosen your activity and you're careful that you know you're not doing the same physical activity area for your PA, you do a needs analysis. You head to a gym, a pitch, a court, and you analyse your performance in that. So you'll do muscular endurance tests, muscular strength tests, flexibility, aerobic endurance, body composition. You will do power, coordination, reaction time, agility, balance, and speed. You may think to me, I'm not doing a speed test because I'm doing golf. Happy days, don't. I'm not doing power because I'm doing I'm doing archery. Grand, no problem. No, you don't need to. That shows intelligence by you though, okay? But you don't not do a test because you're like, oh, I'm not doing a bench press, I'm lazy. And you're playing Gaelic football. You have to do a muscular strength test for that. The more specific, the better in there as well. Here's the marks are coming from. If you're doing shot put, you might do upper body power and lower body power. If you're doing Gaelic football, you might do lower body power because you saw that your CMJ test wasn't great. So you're going to put in, and it's really important for Gaelic football to be able to jump. That's what you might start doing, okay? You might put in biomechanical analysis of, you might show yourself swimming and talk about the angle that your hand is going into the water. Brilliant, okay? You come up with 3 then that you're going to focus in on. please don't pick 3 PRFs or HRFs. Try and put them from different areas. So a PRF, a HRF, psychological. PRF, HRF, diet and nutrition. PRF, HRF, biomechanical. That'd be lovely. Okay? Gives you a nice way of putting your plans together, and it shows an overall understanding of getting better at the sport. So after the test, you focus in on 3 areas. You try and improve on them until December. You use your knowledge of principles of training, sport raid, types of training. Give me a couple of types there. Good stuff. Fartlek training, interval training, circuit training, weight training. Do you understand energy systems and how long you have to take breaks for the ATP, anaerobic, aerobic system? Diet. Are you not eating enough carbohydrates? Is that impacting your performance? Are you recovering well enough? Biomechanical analysis. And you have to be the expert designing the program. They're the areas you're going to test from. Learning and improving skill and technique. I checked myself as a Gaelic footballer, and I realised I'm not good off my left foot. I took 20 shots from 3 different places on the pitch, and I got 42%. I want to up that to 55% over the next 6 or 8 weeks. Is that realistic? Is that achievable? Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it time bound? Brilliant. All the goals in your section B have to be smart. Have to be smart goals, okay? So how am I talking about cognitive, associative, and autonomous stage, and what type of training will you do, and what type of feedback will you get from coaches and so on. So from autonomous learner, negative feedback is fine. A lot of video analysis, great. Psychological demand performance, SCAT test, CSAI test, journaling. I'm very anxious before events. Here are the steps I put in place to get better. So I'm setting goals, I have a pre-performance routine, I do lots of breathing now, and I'm using visualization. Look, that's an unbelievable program. Very easy to do, physically do it, and brilliant to write up. My SCAT test went from 25, my anxiety went from 25 to I'm aiming to get it from 25 to 18 over the next 6 weeks. I only got it to 19, no problem, but I feel great now in when I'm performing, or I feel much better. There's another thing that I don't let me forget is unintended consequences. So now that my anxiety has dropped for my basketball training, I'm actually finding it's helping me when I'm studying for my exams or when I'm performing in exams, because I do some deep breathing and it's actually calming me down. Unintended consequences, write that down. Make sure we talk about them in our exam. Physiological demands. If you looked up the meaning of physiological, that's a massive definition. For this, it's just sleep and recovery. So you track your sleep, okay? So you can use a Whoop strap, a Fitbit, your iPhone actually does it itself. I presume Androids do it. And you track your sleep, and you might say that's impacting your recovery. A 6-week sleep training plan, not a big fan of it. You know, for 6 weeks, you're going to try and incorporate that sleep hygiene stuff, dark room, and not on blue light before bed. And I'm just not sure you're going to get the top marks for doing a sleep training program. I could be wrong. I cannot see how you get the same marks for someone who's putting in an amazing lower body muscular strength program. Okay. PRF, HRF, we know them, fat power crabs. Biomechanical movement analysis are hard, very worthwhile doing. Structure, strategies, and compositional elements. So, compositional elements. So structures, do I understand the role in 4-4-2? Do I know the puck out strategy of my team? Am I able to play wide and deep in the attack for a hockey team? Strategies as well. So are we pressing, or are we are we compacting defense and so on? It's a good one. Okay, can use it. A little bit hard to document, but in my experience, not many people do it. Doesn't mean it's not a bad one. It's not a good one. And then composition elements, trying to improve your routine in gymnastics or dance. Okay, roles and relationships. How am I getting on with the people? I had a guy before who he was made captain of the team, and he talked about his role on the team was captain, and he tried to develop his leadership capacity. He tried to improve his communication skills, his motivation skills, his empathy. Okay, brilliant one. Okay, and then diet and nutrition. I think everyone does this, don't they? They track it on MyFitnessPal. 3 or 4 days. I am or I amn't getting enough protein or carbohydrates. I'm going to try and improve over 6 or 8 weeks. Good one. Yeah. Nice one. Easy to track. Easy to document. It's a good one. Here's an example of one. I'm just going to throw this up quickly. This is page 1. So this would be, you chose your chosen activity is rugby. The national governing body has to have a national governing body. I had a guy a couple of years ago who chose gym for his PAP. Who's the national governing body of gym? There is one. There is none. So we had, he went on a solo run. He's one of these lads who was absent a lot. Missed this little bit of the project. Wanted to get stronger, and we had to go to weightlifting Ireland, and it was a mess. Okay, make sure to have a governing body. Does it comply? Yes. What are you, the performer? There's his word count. So I think this was last year. 623. So he was just under on A. 395. He was right bang on. It was 400 words, remember, for B last year, and he was a little bit over on C. But overall, he was under with 1535, which they accept. Total page count was 28. I'd say he doesn't have it putting in because this was a draft. And 4-minute video. Good man. 121. Here's the section A. The sport I've chosen for my PAP is rugby. I've chosen this because I've currently played the game competitively at a very high level, and I've been played the game since I was 6. So this guy hasn't chosen a sport that he's a novice at. He's an autonomous learner. I also view it as an ideal opportunity to analyse and improve my performance, as I'm very eager to learn. After conducting a needs analysis into the main components of fitness required, I concluded the main components for this is for rugby is HRF, PRF, psychological, diet, skill, biomechanics, physiological. We want to use 6 minimum. We want to pick 6 areas minimum from that. Did I say that? I hope I did. So from all them areas that we can assess, pick 6 of them minimum. Don't be leaving off 5. So there's his results. He repeated that. So there's his health-related test. What did he find? He did well in cardiorespiratory, muscular endurance, body composition in comparison to other people. Brilliant. Normative data comparison. Scored poorly in muscular strength. This is due to a shoulder injury. Brilliant, which caused me to get surgery. So my muscular strength isn't as strong as it used to be. I think we might have fancied up his academic language there a little bit, but that was really good. So what do you think one of his goals is going to be? Muscular strength. Performance-rated fitness. He happy. He's good. Found he performed badly in lower body power. He might try and improve lower body power. Is lower body power important for rugby? Massive. Is muscular strength important for rugby? Massive. They'd be 2 good goals. Physiological, happy with his sleep. Psychological, SCAT test 25, high levels of somatic trait anxiety. Wow. Psychological demands are especially important for rugby, as you must stay in your optimal state of arousal. Does he understand psychological readiness for rugby and performance? Yes, he does. He did journaling and noticed a lot of negative self-talk and low self-esteem, I'd say he meant there. That could be a goal of his. Diet and nutrition. He met his macros and micros and he's hydrated. Skill and technique analysis. Tested all areas of rugby. Notice his goal kicking was his weakest. He conducted an ipsative test. That's his test where you do 5, 5, 5 or 10, 10, 10. 10 from the left, 10 from the middle, 10 from the right. And he took 10 kicks from 3 different spots on the pitch. He scored 21 out of 31 kicks. Okay. There's his table. Remember, we're allowed 4 images to supplement section A. There is his table of what he got. So there's what did he do for aerobic endurance? A Bronco, a result 433. That is excellent. Muscular endurance, max push-ups 48 above strength. Remember, his strength was the one that was a little bit off. Come back. His max bench was 40 kg. I hope he's joking there now for a rugby player playing senior cup rugby. His max bench below average. Relevance, he has it as 5. See on the right hand side, how relevant is it to rugby? So he's going to focus in on that. Performance-rated fitness, his 10-minute sprint was brilliant, excellent, above average, excellent, below average. So maybe full body power and lower body power he might have a look at. Okay, so that's his section A done. More images, that's his sleep, that's a Whoop. That's like how long his sleep was. 8 hours top left there, you see that. And then Whoop is brilliant, it tracks your light, deep and REM sleep. You can do that in any way yourself, okay? So after he did that, he decided on the 3 most important areas, and that's what we come to next is section B. Okay, sorry, there's a picture there of him kicking the rugby's ball as well, but I just have that scribbled out because GDPR and all that stuff. Section B is where he now has decided upon the 3 areas. I think this guy did muscular strength, lower body power, and kicking the rugby ball, improving his accuracy. So he links theoretical principles to it. He has clear goals. Sound application of theory. This is all from the Department of Education. Links to A. Make sure he keeps saying, I'm trying to improve my muscular strength or my lower body power because it'll improve me as a rugby player. Don't just say I'm trying to improve my lower body, my deadlift from 60 kg to 80 kg over 6 weeks. Make sure you say, because this will help me break tackles, tackle people harder, sprint faster, get off the line quicker. Make sure you link it to rugby, to your sport, whatever the activity you've chosen. Make sure you, what else have I missed there? Chosen activity, clear awareness of factors affecting performance, like we just discussed. Reflect on A. Evidence and understanding of wide range of theoretical principles. They just keep saying theory over and over. So did you listen in 5th year, essentially? Detailed, accurate and appropriate training plans. Links directly with performance analysis, outcome and goal, a wide variety of concepts implemented. So it's not just gym. So we're not just doing performance related fitness and health related fitness. It's wide range of concepts, wide range of training. So we'll do fart leg training for aerobic capacity, we'll do weight training for gym, and we'll do psychological readiness to try and get better with our anxiety. After we've done that, section C, you reflect, did the program work and what would you do differently? Based on in-depth understanding and application of sound theoretical principles, it's a consistent and accurate application to A and B. So reflecting on A and B. Thorough, relevant post-training analysis of the performance. So how I got on, how did I do, and how am I getting on in my sport as a result. Broad analysis given, appropriate theoretical links. Okay, B and C, you can see, are pretty short because I wanted you to zone in on section A. We will do another in-depth analysis of B and C. It's going to be zone in on A, and then we devise the program to get better at them. Okay? I have no idea how long that was, but I hope you have a bit of a better understanding of the PAP, and good luck with getting cracking on it, and I will talk to you soon.